Hi, my name is George and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to guide you through a 20-minute home workout. It's going to be a fun but yet challenging practice. We're going to be moving slow but with a lot of control, and we're going to be really focusing on breathing through the nose. What you will need for your practice is just your mat, yourself, and your breath. And whenever you're ready, let's begin. So let's start in child's pose. And we will start off by setting our breath. So take a couple of breaths in and out. And this is going to be the breath that you're going to want to have throughout the whole practice. We're going to be breathing through the nose the whole practice because this is where the real mastery lies. It's easy to do a workout and get your heart rate up, start breathing through the mouth, start shaking, but the real mastery lies in being able to breathe slow through the nose whenever things get challenging. All right, let's find our way to a tabletop. And we'll do a quick wrist warm up because we're going to be using them a lot in this practice. So we want to make sure that they're all warmed up. So just move forward and back, stay on your toes, stretch out your toes, stretch out your wrists. Remember to breathe through the nose, in and out. Don't worry if you're thinking, well, what did I come here for? Don't worry. We're going to get pretty strong soon. All right. Now we can put our wrists facing backwards, so towards our feet. And just lean back and stretch out the forearms. And lastly, on the backs of the hands for a little counter stretch. Alright, let's find our way to a plank position. Alright, so once we're in plank, make sure that your shoulders are above your wrists. Tuck your tailbone. Engage the glutes, engage the core. Create as much space as you can from the mat till the chest, so you have to kind of round your back a little bit to reach to the sky. And breathe. Let's take one more breath here. Downward facing dog. Pedal at your feet. Walk your dog. Now find a more static position. The goal with this pose, with downward facing dog, is really to stretch out the back, to lengthen the back. And it's not that important to get your heels to touch the ground. So if you can't do it, like I cannot do it, you can just bend your knees and really stretch out and lengthen your back. On your next inhale, move forward into a plank. Shift forward and chaturanga. Hold here. Now move your left leg towards your left elbow. Now move it back. Your right to your right elbow. Now move it back. Remember to breathe through the nose. Now, untuck your feet and find yourself into upward facing dog. Ah, this feels so good for the back. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Shift forward into a chaturanga. Downward facing dog. Now, lift your left leg up and back. Shift forward. Bring your left knee to nose. Flex your foot and step it between your hands. Set your right knee down. Rise up. And hands up. You want to create a good foundation here, so shift a bit forward. Engage your glutes. Imagine you're holding a heavy ball above you. Dig your feet into the mat and really find a strong foundation here. Next, lift up your right knee for Crescent Lunge. Now we're going to move forward. I don't have much space, into a Warrior 3 prep. All right, hold it here and just breathe through the nose. You can have your hands either to the sides or at your heart. Rise up for standing pigeon pose. Balancing in these poses is all part of the practice. The real strength doesn't come from lifting heavy weights or maximizing the number of reps. The real strength comes from being able to be calm and steady in a position that requires balance and really challenges you. And this is where the real strength and mastery of the body comes. All right, release your right foot back for a spider lunge to the right. If you're not able to go that deep, you can stay on your toes. Alright, now we move back. Frame the left foot. Shift your weight forward. Lift your left leg and move it into a three-legged dog. Left leg up, back and up. Open up your left leg. Reach your knee up. Move to the nose and set it down. All right, we're gonna stay here and we're going to stretch out the left glute. If this feels comfortable for you and you want to go a little deeper, what you can do is you can bring your forearms down to the ground. Maybe if you want to put your forehead to your hands. Let's take a couple of breaths here. All right, we're going to find our way into a plank pose. Find your plank, clean it up, tuck your tailbone, engage the core, and downward facing dog. Right leg up and back for a three-legged dog. Shift forward. Bring your right knee to your nose. Hold it here. Flex your foot and step it between the hands. Set your left knee down, rise up, create a strong foundation, hands up, squeeze your glutes, really press down into the ground, reach up, imagine you are holding a heavy ball, sanction your ribs, don't bend like this, instead be straight and really engage your core and everything. All right, next, we're gonna lift up our left knee off the ground for a crescent lunge. If you're shaking, that's okay. Shift forward, warrior 3 prep. You can have your hands to the heart or extend them out if you want. Hold here. If you fall out of it, that's okay. Just come back. Focus on the breath. Breathing in and out through the nose quietly. This is where the real mastery comes from. Rise up. Standing pigeon. Release. Find your way into a side squat on the left. This feels so good for this part right here and for the ankle, for the left ankle as well, so this is really good. Alright, find your way here. Frame your right foot. Place your hands between and shift your weight forward. Lift up the right leg. Move it back and up for a 3-legged dog. If you're shaking or if this is hard, that's okay. I'm shaking a bit as well too. Embrace it and breathe through it. Shift forward. Bring your knee to nose. Set it down. And we're going to do the same here. Stretch out the right glute a bit. Feels really good because we sit a lot, and this position right here feels really good for the glutes. If you're breathing heavy, because we're bringing our heart rate up, just close your mouth and try to breathe softly through the nose. Once you feel comfortable, you can have your forearms down. Just relax here for a bit. Let's take a couple of breaths. Release. And now let's find our way into a plank. So Bring your right foot up and back. All right, we're in a plank. Now we will do a sequence where we will shift forward, bend our arms, chaturanga, hold it here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. One more time, but all the way down. Release your feet. Bring your hands to the sides and lift your chest up. Engage your glutes and really engage your back here. Every little muscle in the back. Lift your chest up higher, lift your arms higher. Really engage the back. All right, place your hands near your chest and upward facing dog. Ooh, my spine just cracked really nicely. Downward facing dog. Alright, let's find our way onto our stomach again. And now we're going to do a little bit more for the back. So we're going to reach out with our arms forward, like this. And then we're going to cactus our arms and really engage the back and lift the chest. Release. Keep your chest lifted. Bring your hands, your fists towards your shoulders and hold it here and squeeze the back. Let's do 10 more, but with control and with breathing. If you feel a burning sensation, that's all good. Breathe through it. Stay with it. All right, hands down. Lift your knees up, your hips up. Find yourself into a plank. Whew, that was nice. Created some heat there in the back. Let's walk our feet forward into a standing straddle fold. This microphone needs to go somewhere else. Maybe here. Let your neck be heavy. Make sure your legs are straight. Even if you're just here, that's okay, but just make sure your legs are straight. You don't want to have to reach the mat as your goal. You want to have your legs straight, and then even if you're here, that's okay. Just start from here, and slowly you're going to build the flexibility to go all the way down. Maybe move around a bit if it feels good for you. Different directions. Alright, now bend your knees, rise up slowly. Have your hands up. Oh, you can't see me here. Hands up. Palms touch. Bring them down. All right, now we're going to find our way into a squat. So I'm just gonna squat down. And we're gonna chill a bit in a squat because this just feels really good and it's really healthy for us as humans to sit in a squat. And yeah, a lot of problems nowadays come from our sedentary lifestyle. So we sit in the car, we sit at work, we sit at the desk, we sit in, when we eat, that's okay, but we sit in cinemas and just a lot of sitting, right? And there's not much moving and there's not much, squatting as well. And this is a really natural position for human beings. If you see kids play, they're just there in the playground like this, and they're just playing. So, but then something happens and we become so stiff. So my goal really is to this makes me feel good, moving like this every morning and every day, and it's really heartbreaking, I would say, to see people get so out of shape and in so much pain, and very often it comes down to them not moving at all. They wake up, they sit down at a table, they sit down in a car, they sit down at the desk, and there's not much movement happening. So the goal really for me is to get people to move more so that they feel better. And this is a good motto for this rebranded channel, I think. Anyway, maybe your ankles are now talking to you. Maybe you're not even in a squat. Maybe you can't sit in a squat, or maybe you can, but not for so long. That's okay. It will come over time. So just stick around. Subscribe to the channel. But yeah, let's find our way into a seated position. We're going to do a butterfly pose. So we're going to do, just grab your feet and just relax down. Release. All right, the final thing we'll do a little stretch. So feet are slightly wider than the hips. Hands are behind you, facing forward, and just lift your hips up for bridge pose. Stay here, breathe. This is really nice for the shoulders, for the deltoids. We use them today with these charawangas and upward and downward dogs. So this is a nice little counter stretch. Now move your glutes forward. Don't move your hands. Set your hips down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and bend your elbows. Release. Lay down. That was my back. And now we're gonna put our right foot on top of the left. We're going to reach through this hole we created here, grab the shin of the left foot, and stay here, breathe, and stretch out a bit. Release, switch sides. Release, grab your feet for a happy baby. Maybe straighten one leg. And then the other. And maybe both, if it feels good. Release, give yourself a nice hug, squeeze your legs together. Deep breath in, hold it, and release everything and straighten your feet, your legs, and find yourself into a Shavasana. This is the final pose of the practice. This is also a very important pose because this is what basically sets everything in, solidifies the whole practice. So if you want to stay here for a couple of minutes, that would be great. Let's just take 5 more breaths here. I want to thank you so much for practicing with me today and for allowing me to share my practice with you. If you enjoyed this practice, please make sure to support my channel by liking this video and subscribing to this channel for more practices like this in the future. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.